and
Happy birthday to
day to
ya.
ya. Happy
Happy birthday to
birthday to
ya.
ya.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday. It's not our birthday, by the way. We're just singing this
Huh.
because this is a special. No, listen, look, hang on a second. Let me
It's our
explain this.
birthday.
It
It's
is our
our birthday.
birthday. Listen,
Uh,
all our episodes are special, but this one is extra, extra
mm.
special because Deval and I have been doing this Flixters podcast for
Oh.
not one, not two, not three, not four, not
Oh
five,
my gosh.
six,
6, And
six
this never
years.
was meant to be any kind of thing.
Thing.
We just said, let's press record and see what
See what
happens.
happens. And
Don't
look, here
plan
we
it.
are.
We still don't plan
Oh
it. But
gosh, man. Listen, so
oh,
listener,
man.
wherever you are in the world, wherever you're listening from, this is the Flixters 6-year anniversary. We've got a
Mm.
great
Oh,
show.
you got a haircut for it as well. Just
Mate,
noticed.
I've got
Look
the
at
only thing is though,
Look at
the t-shirts that you got made, I left mine
Yeah.
in Chile.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay, that's all
I
right.
left mine in
I'll
Chile.
get you some
So
new
when
ones. I'll get
Amara
you some new
comes,
ones.
look,
Yeah,
when
yeah.
Amara comes, I'm making sure that she brings
Oh,
that one back. So, so listen, folks. Look,
oh
you've
my
got
gosh.
episode 208. This is our 286th episode.
286 on the 6-year anniversary, mates. Come on. Come
Keep it
on.
locked with the Flixters. We've got a great show for you. And remember, you can watch
Yep.
this on YouTube. You can get in touch with us on Instagram, on Twitter, and message us on the YouTube channel as well. We're into all that sort of stuff. So we hope you like this. And here's to the next 6 years, Deval. All right. So listen, look, before we get on, let's do the shout outs because this is amazing. We love shouting out our listeners. Go for it, Deval.
Yeah, we've got a few shout outs this week, so I'm going to go through them quite quickly.
Mm.
But a lot of our shout outs were in response to the the post that we put out about Baby Reindeer. Baby Reindeer, if you ain't seen the show, it's on Netflix. Really, really good show. Based on a true story or based on true events, however you want to see it. The show has caused so much controversy, especially after the Piers Morgan interview with the real life baby
She's
reindeer
black.
lady. Her name's Fiona Harvey. So yeah, we put out a post. Lots of people responded to it. G__X. She loves it. DD for Silly loves it. The realist J. The realist _J. He said he loves it too, but he doesn't know what he'll do in that situation.
Oh,
Exactly.
gosh.
Many people don't know.
Many people don't know.
Ciel Noir 3, our very own Ciel Noir 3, loved it as well. Gave us applause. L_Kel_Eli.
Yeah.
Or Ellie says she loves it, but she gets stressed when she watches these shows, man. Like some of these shows are a bit mad, I must admit.
They're a bit mad. And listen, Deval, I bet you there's people out there, right? Okay, so if this is one of you, like, get in touch with us. But I bet you there's people out there who probably wouldn't mind having a bit of attention, and they wouldn't mind having a bit of. But when it crosses a certain line, trust me, you do not want this shit.
Yeah,
like honestly, you don't want this shit.
Nah.
Something like Baby Reindeer kind of reminds us of all that stuff. I've got to mention one thing. We've actually got another episode that we've got to put out where me, you, and Ainsley, a new kind of member of the show, like kind of an actor. We speak about Baby Reindeer and everything. So listen out for that one, folks. That episode's going to drop
before last week. It's really good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that episode's going to drop before this one. So listen out for our little conversation about Baby Reindeer. But yeah, thanks for the shout outs.
You're welcome.
All right. Okay. So listen, let's get into the movie news. And this is great because I read about this, Deval, and I was like, shit, yeah, what about the John Wick universe and Donnie Yen as Kane? So tell us about this.
Yeah, so John Wick has caused a lot. I mean, we did an anniversary call now about it a couple of weeks ago. 10 years John Wick 1 first came out. John Wick 2, 3, 4 has come out. We've seen the Continental on Amazon. We understand we're going to get the Ballerina as well, another sort of spin-off from that. And now we understand Donnie Yen, yes, the very gangster. Karate, kung fu. Like you always laugh.
Ip Man himself.
Ip Man himself. He is going to come back in his own spin-off as his very own character, Kane. So, yeah. So, am I getting this right. In John Wick, was he blind?
He was blind.
He was in it, yes, of course, because I keep getting him mixed up with. But he was also blind in
He was
Rogue One,
blind
wasn't
in
he?
Rogue
Oh
One.
man.
This is what I
So
don't
yeah, so,
get. Yeah. Wow, he loves playing blind
yeah.
guy.
So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see his backstory and see him fighting again, like more blind with people with guns. You know,
Mm.
of course, it's Donnie Yen; he can do what he likes. So that should be good. Should be
That should
good.
be good. And look, here's an interesting thing. So it's untitled. It's scheduled to start shooting in Hong Kong in 2025. And here's the thing. You know, you just mentioned about kind of his origin. I guess that's probably where they might take things first, right? So origin story, like his background,
Yeah.
where he comes from. Maybe he started off in the streets of Hong Kong and blah blah blah. And then we see how he kind of fits in with the whole, John Wick universe. So that's great. I'm looking forward to that one. We'll keep you posted on all that sort of stuff. Now, James Mangold, this director, this name has popped up on our show quite a bit. James Mangold, and for good things and for bad things. The good things, Logan, we, great, huge fans of the movie Logan on this show. Whenever that movie pops up, we kind of like praise about it. And then you've got James Mangold, who's directed something like Indiana Jones Part 4, which for me, it just kind of, it didn't hit those same tones, right? And we had Mohammed Kamel, who
Was
who
in the movie.
he
Yeah,
was in the movie,
He did
and
praise James Gold a lot. James Mangold a lot, actually. He
exactly,
praised him. Yeah.
he praised him and he said, look, it's a great film director, he gave great direction.
Mm.
But why is he in our news again, Devel?
Yeah. So this one's going to be interesting, and this is the sort of film I reckon is more up James Mangold's street. So we saw him direct The Wolverine. What else have we seen him direct? He's done. Gordon Bennett. What else did he do again? He's done a
He's done a few
done a few
decent
good
kind of
films. Yeah, but I know The Wolverine was a
drama.
bit like sort of westerny kind of, and some sort of undertones to it. But yeah, so James Mangold is going to be directing a Star Wars movie that's going to
Oh,
be related to the Jedi. And it's going to be like about old school Jedi. So before we knew about Jedi, I understand it's going to be 25,000 years before the events of A New Hope and stuff like that. So this is going to be going way, way back.
yeah.
Dawn of the Jedi is a title that people are throwing around. So it could be showing the very, very beginnings of the Jedi movement and seeing how they came about, why they came about. And I guess it's going to be very different to what we've seen in the past. So that could be something that I think will be very good for James Mangold. Like I mentioned, in the Wolverine, and also in Logan as well. I think there was some sort of hints of like Western kind of area, some
Yeah.
Western landscapes, very dusty and dry. And I
Yep.
think that sort of old school Jedi might sort of lean into that. So
Yeah, it's true. He also did
yeah,
very recently Ford versus Ferrari. I saw that not too long ago,
okay,
actually. He did that
yeah.
one. Have we developed I'm talking about the animation and stuff and everything in the Star Wars universe. Have we actually had a definitive origin story for the Jedi?
Not that I've seen.
Yeah, I
Not that
can't
I've
think
seen.
of one.
I have seen all of them. I've seen all the animations and stuff like that. Well, not all, but most of them.
Mm.
So I'm watching at the moment Tales of the
Tales of the Republic,
of
Old
the
Republic, of the
Empire.
Empire. Sorry, yeah,
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. So, but
yeah.
yeah, I mean, I want more. I do want more animation. I'd actually prefer the animation to the movies
Mm.
at the moment. Unless James Mangold can change that,
Yeah.
we'll have to wait and see.
We'll have to wait and see. All right, okay, keep it low with the Flixters, folks, and we'll bring you more news on that. Now, this one, I want to speak about this one. So check this out. You remember we saw Nicolas Cage in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. He played kind of Spider-Man noir, this kind of black and white version of Spider-Man where he's kind of like this detective and they suck him into Miles Morales' universe to help out, Miles Morales and everything. But check this out. Nicolas Cage. All right, so this is hot off the press. Nicolas Cage to star in Spider-Man Noir live action series. So, I mean,
No, come
man,
on,
I'm just
man.
like, is this
You're
for
not
real?
serious. Come on, man.
So check this out. Spider-Verse actor Nicolas Cage is officially set to play Spider-Man Noir in live action in the upcoming Marvel TV show. while Sony's Spider-Man universe has been hit and miss, blah, blah, blah. So what they're saying is they're actually asking getting Amazon Prime and MGM Plus to get on board with this as well. So I don't know
Yeah.
how this works, because remember, Sony have got the rights to the Spider-Man
Yeah.
character,
Mm.
but when it comes to those offshoot characters, I think they can go off and do their own thing.
Yeah, I think it has to be less than 25 minutes. But I thought it had to be non-live action. But I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know, man.
So Phil Lord and Chris Miller, they're going to be executive producing it. And yeah, I just don't know, man. I mean, like, live action, do we need this? I don't know. Wasn't it better? Didn't it work better as an animation?
Yep, sure did. I don't think we need it, but we're gonna get it.
You know what? I think with Sony, I think they'll probably try anything just to kind of get, you know, to kind of milk as much as they can out of that one.
Yeah.
So listen, look, we'll keep you posted on that one. Now, the other thing that I want to mention, that Universal recently came out with The Exorcist. The director from that movie, he left. Do you remember when we reviewed it on the show, Deval? We weren't kind of huge fans of it. They've actually brought in, you know, who's the guy who directed House on Haunted Hill?
I don't know who that is. No, but I remember the film.
No, the recent ones on Netflix.
Oh yes. Flanagan, Mike Flanagan or something.
Mike Flanagan. They brought him on board
to
do the sequel to the Exorcist movie. So that's a Universal thing. But also, we're going to get a new Exorcist movie, but we're also going to get The Black Phone Part 2.
Is it?
We're also going to get Megan Part 2.
The Black Phone Part 2. And Megan too as well. Oh my gosh.
You have to see the YouTube video of this to get that joke, what was going on there. And also, I mean, I'm no fan of this, but Five Nights at Freddy Part 2. So Universal and Blumhouse, they're really kind of tight at the moment. Yeah. You know, the Exorcist movie, the Black Phone Part 2, and Megan and stuff like that. So, man, they're really going guns in with this one.
They're milking the IPs because they know those IPs will get they'll make money. They might not make a mad amount of money, but also, you know, they won't be that expensive to make. So I think they've got on they've got a formula there, haven't they?
They have, and they seem to make, you know, a profit for Blumhouse and Universal. So why not keep doing it? Yeah. Okay, and finally, a bit more horror news. It's been announced that the Jason Voorhees, you know, Friday the 13th universe is coming back, and they are bringing more Jason Voorhees movies. So this is going to be, so we're going to get Jason Voorhees again. So I don't know if it's going to be like a reboot or a kind of, you know, continuation of, you know, that whole thing. I guess it's going to probably be a bit of both. So for the younger people listening out there, there was, you know, an 80s slasher movie, you know, Jason Voorhees, Friday the 13th movies, and there was a whole kind of series franchise. Then it ended with Jason versus Freddy. That kind of happened in the year 2000, but they're bringing it back. Search it up. But basically, we're going to get more. And now, Deval, were you a fan of Jason Voorhees? I wasn't like majorly.
I wasn't. No. I wasn't. Nah. I preferred my Freddy and stuff like that, but I think because Freddy had more character, more personality.
Yeah,
I know. You want that in your killers, don't you? A bit of personality.
This guy is just, I don't know. And I remember there was like one where he goes to space, Jason in space.
Yeah.
So listen, if you're fans of kind of, you know, that whole horror franchise, go check it out. I'm pretty sure there's news going to start to trickle down with that one. All right, okay. Let's get on to new on streaming. We've already mentioned this before. And I've caught more of this Deval, and it's obviously each episode gets better and better. This is X-Men 97. This is on Disney Plus. And they're already saying that there's going to be another season.
Oh, for sure. They've already started it. Yeah, this one. I guess you haven't finished season 1.
I'm on episode 5, I think.
Okay, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it gets better and better and better. Because I first watched 1 or 2 episodes and I thought, this ain't really for me. But I was so pleasantly surprised, and I was wrong. This is a very good series.
Deep as well, man. When you think about the whole kind of the mutant, because the mutants versus the non-mutants, and Magneto, he turns a new leaf, or does he? And then there's kind of all this stuff going on, man. Yeah, it's good.
Trust me, certain things Rogue does. Wait till Rogue starts roguing out. Oh
Roguing out.
my gosh. But yeah, honestly, I ain't gonna say any more than that. Apart
Yeah,
from,
brilliant.
yeah, if it starts slow but it finishes really, really well, and I
Yeah,
definitely recommend watching this.
yeah, wicked.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Mm.
get onto that one, folks. X-Men 97. Also, this is new now. Is this on, what is this one, on Netflix or is this on Disney? This next
This
one.
one is on Netflix. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is Ashley Madison. I remember, I know the name. I've heard the name, and I know there was some sort of controversy around it.
You meant to say you've never heard of it before. That's your first
That's what I was
mistake.
supposed to
You're
say.
supposed to say, "What
First
is that?
mistake. What's
What
that? I've
is
never
that?"
heard of it. Yeah. Ashley, what? But this is Ashley Madison's Sex, Lies, and Scandal. So this is the one where loads of loads of fellas were caught out.
Yeah, I don't know what. Genuinely, I hadn't heard of it. And I saw
Mm,
the show, the trailer. I thought this looks interesting. And
mm,
you're right. This is a platform. If it got launched years ago in
yeah.
America, where people who are married they go to it to have extramarital affairs, and it's
Yes,
like a
yeah.
it's an agreed thing that people know you're married, and
Yeah.
that's the arrangement. You just go on there for a bit of slap and tickle,
It's
and
cool.
then you and then you come away. So,
And that's it.
and people
Yeah.
are saying that actually saves marriages. They're saying that people that are not happy in their
Yep.
marriage, this is something that saves it. They're saying there's a positive thing and in a mad way, but yeah, this documentary is 3 parts. It
Yeah.
shows the reason why this was made. It shows people that went on it. It shows
Yeah.
people that lied to their
The
their
other
husbands
halves.
or wives
Yeah.
or whatever, and it just shows all the craziness that happens. Uh, it even gets hacked. That's what I'm going to say. The
Oh.
platform got hacked, and that's where it gets spicy. I'm not going to spoil it fully, but imagine someone hacking that information and what they can
And
do with
just
it.
putting it out there on the internet.
So yeah, that's when things got really spicy, and yeah, the show really picks up. But yeah, it's a
Exactly.
really
And you know
interesting
what? If
documentary.
there's anyone out there who's listening to this, and if you were caught up in that whole scandal, we would love to hear from you. Like honestly, that is the documentary. Is it real? Does it go deep enough? Has that ever happened to you? Please, please, please get in touch with us. We would love to have you on the show. So go check those two projects out there. Now let's
Yep.
do trailers. Now I've heard about this. The Cannes Film Festival is going on, or it's finished, or
Okay.
by the time you hear this, it would have probably finished. But there's a lot of buzz around this movie because this is Francis Ford Coppola's. I don't
Mm,
know. He hasn't made a movie in a while, I'm gathering, and there's a picture of him at the Cannes Film Festival. He's with a walking stick. He's got all the cast
okay.
members over there as well, and apparently he's been working on this movie for decades.
Is
Apparently,
it?
apparently this movie has been in production for God knows since when God was a boy, and
Mm-mm.
it's finally out there. But yeah, Deval, I haven't seen the trailer. I haven't seen much or about it. But you tell us, yeah, what about this movie?
I saw the first trailer, and it was basically Kylo Ren, what's his name, Adam Driver,
Yeah.
on a skyscraper, standing on the edge, like wanting to jump off, but he wasn't sure what to do. It just seemed a bit weird,
Hmm.
and the landscape looks very. It kind of looks a bit Dick Tracy-ish, like
Right.
sort of old school Chicago kind of thing. It kind of,
Yeah.
I didn't know what to expect. It just looks weird, and the music and stuff, the sound is all just something different. And the full trailer or the sort of semi-full trailer now gives a bit more information. You're still not sure what's going on. It just shows you all the actors involved. So
Hmm.
Adam Driver's in it, Giancarlo Esposito's in it, Audrey
Wow.
Plaza is in it,
Yeah.
Shia LaBeouf's in it, John Voight is in it.
Hmm.
Uh, who else is in it? Dustin Hoffman's in it.
Wow.
There's a lady called Sonia Amar is in it. So this has
Mm.
got a lot of people in it, and it just looks like one of those interesting films that you just don't know what it's all about until you watch it. So I'm gonna
Right.
watch it.
I'm gonna watch it, man, because I mean sci-fi and it's got all that sort of stuff in
Yeah,
it, and it'd be great to see.
it's out soon. I think it's out August. I want to say August.
All right, check this
I
out.
want to
This
say
is how
August.
far. This is how far this story goes. He conceived of the idea back in 1977.
Are you serious?
Mate, that was 1 year before I was born.
Oh my gosh.
That's when he conceived the idea and he started
Oh,
developing it in 1983.
oh, probably when 1983. What's that? George Orwell. Like
Yeah, 1984.
1984. Okay. Oh, so he's even before that. Wow.
Yeah.
Because it kind of gives me vibes of some sort of I don't know if it's a
Yeah,
totalitarian world or something. It just looks weird. Like
it just, I know.
statues are moving. I don't know what's going on.
We got to watch this. We definitely have to watch it. Now, listen, another kind of sci-fi, kind of expanded universe that we're getting. And Devel, don't you think that this has moved really fast?
Yeah.
We're getting a Dune TV show, so like a spin-off from the Dune movies. This is called Dune Prophecy, set 25,000. I think it's 25,000 years before the events of the Atreides. So this is kind of focusing on the what's the name again? The women, the
Bene Gesserit.
The Bene Gesserit, how they became and how they are, and the power that they hold. So that we're going to go deep into that whole prophecy, that whole thing. Again, man, this looks good.
Zakharov is all over this.
Yeah.
Even my sister is all over this, and she hardly is into this kind of stuff like that. But
Nice.
the Bene Gesserit are powerful ladies, man. They're a proper order. They're a proper society. Like they're the ones that shape dynasties, that shape governments. Yeah, they're the ones that work in the shadows. They're in your face, but they're behind your back at the same time. This looks very, very interesting. HBO Max or Max is called now, so you just know it's going to be hardcore.
Yep.
It's going to be hardcore. And this is coming out this year, man. They're not messing around.
Quick.
They're not messing around. They're not messing around at all. So you can tell this was because June 2 was delayed, isn't it? So probably this was made at the same time, and that's why maybe it seems like But this, so this one's this is coming out this year.
So what? June 2 was supposed to come out last year, then, or something?
Yeah, it's meant to come out last year, November. Yeah.
Oh, so then the writer's strike and everything.
Yeah. I think June Prophecy might be coming out. I think end of the year, or it might even be next year. I got to double check that, but definitely put a date on this. But yeah, it's coming out. It's coming out anyway. At some point,
it's coming out, and then we're going to next year or the year after that, we're going to get Dune 3. Then
probably about 3 years time, I would say.
Jeez. Okay. Probably 3 years. That second movie is great. If you haven't seen the Dune movies, go check them out. And this is just only going to add to that. Now, listen, we kind of spoke about what's his name again? One of the Skarsgård brothers on The Boy Kills World.
Yeah.
So on the Boy Kills World episode, Bill Skarsgård. Is it Bill Skarsgård or?
Yeah,
it is Bill Skarsgård. Action movie star, ripped body. He's back. The trailer for The Crow is out there, and I've been reading about this for a while. And it's a movie that is close to my heart because I love the 90s movie that Brandon Lee did, Son of Bruce Lee. He tragically died whilst making the movie.
Yeah.
And then Jason Momoa was attached to make a version of it. He started doing some principal photography and things like that, but then that got cancelled. And now we have got it back. So I'm really looking forward to see what they do with this. Do they butcher it? The story is brilliant. He plays Eric Draven. He's kind of like a musician who gets killed. And on the Devil's Night or one sort of kind of special night in the year, the Crow grants special powers to a person who's been killed kind of unrightfully, and Eric Draven gets these powers. He's immortal for 24 hours, and he has to exact revenge on the people who killed his wife. And if it's anything like the comic books, it should be violent. It should be kind of like dark humor. It should be kind of like black comedy. It should kind of have elements of the gothic theme, all these things that they have in this. So I'm looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, it looks interesting. That some people, it's split people on social media, actually. Some people are saying, like, they're just like, nah,
Why?
it just doesn't look right. Yeah, exactly. A big why. Other people are saying, they're a bit more optimistic about it. But I'll be honest, I'm going to say this loudly. I can't remember the first Crow. I can't remember if I've seen it or just seen bits of it. So I would rather see that first before seeing this.
Exactly. I think this is going to be a bit of a letdown, if I'm being honest.
It looks like John Wick, but with black goo. You know what I mean? That's what it looks like.
Doesn't he look like the Joker though?
Yeah, the what's his name? Jared Leto one.
Yeah, it's got vibes in there as well and everything. So, so we'll see. Look, I'll watch the movie and we'll kind of end up reviewing it at some point. So go check that one out if you're a fan of the original and if you're a fan of the comic books, because this comes from comic books actually.
Yeah.
So go check that out. Now listen, on Anniversary Corner, we have to speak about this movie because it feeds in, or it leads nicely into the main movie that we're going to be speaking about. So this is 10 years ago. And I watched this just very, very recently. I thought, I knew that the new Planet of the Apes movie was going to be coming out. So what I wanted to do was just go back and revisit that whole universe. And this is Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. So this is from 2014. And yeah, man, when this movie came out, man, I loved it. I thought it was great. They pieced together a really good story, this origin story about how the world became overrun by these apes, and at the same time, this kind of virus that's kind of been infecting the whole world, and the apes become immune, and why they were immune, and what happened to the human beings. So, and amidst all of that is this kind of this story, human and ape story, like James Franco. He's kind of a scientist, and he's been behind this research. So, what are your thoughts on the movie, man? I thought it was great.
No, same. I do think of the sort of recent trilogy. I've got a real connection with the first one,
Yeah.
Rise of the Planet of the Apes. That one there, just that moment where Caesar says no. That one moment alone is just so powerful. So yeah, I really like that one. And it came out of not nowhere, but it just surprised me when it came out. But yeah, I think the next one, so this one, Rise, this was also a solid sequel as well, and looks at the relationship between obviously the humans and so on, and just how things have progressed or not progressed over the years. So I still think, looking back at it, and that was 10 years ago, the CGI, the acting, it all stems from that. CGI is nothing without good acting, and the voices and the emotions. So all that really needs to sort of play well together. So I think it's a solid cast. Gary Oldman was involved, Andy Serkis, you got Jason Clarke. So you got real good solid actors there that know what they're doing, and I think that's why it was good enough to make a third. So yeah, I think
exactly. Yeah. And then that, obviously, from 2014, that was kind of the ending. And then at the end of that movie, people were like, oh my God, what's going to happen? And where do we go from here? So here we are 10 years later. We've got Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, so 2024 release. This is just kind of new out in cinema. Deval obviously went out and watched it. But yeah, so there might be some spoilers in this one. Deval's going to drop some nuggets on this one. So if you haven't watched the movie, pause right now and come back to it. But yeah, Deval, set this up for us and let us know, give us your take on it.
Yeah, so this isn't going to be a mad in-depth review because there isn't mad depth to the film. So positives and negatives. Okay, so let's set the scene. This actually happens many years. They say generations anyway.
Right.
Happens many years after the events of the third film, War of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Earth is a shambles. The apes are the apex predator of the earth, or they're the top dogs.
Yeah.
They're the ones that they rule the world. Apes, they rule the world. Apes. So they're the top ones. They run everything. They've got their kingdoms and stuff like that. They've got their societies. And obviously Caesar's not around. Caesar's died years ago. So you got this new guy called Noah, who looks like Caesar basically.
That's not his son, is it?
I don't think they're related. No,
unless they.
Don't think so. No.
No,
he doesn't even know who Caesar was. He
so
hears
this is way before. Like all the Caesar stuff was way before.
Yeah. So he hears Caesar sort of being mentioned, but he doesn't really know who he was. But yeah, so basically, so apes and monkeys and stuff, they all run the world. They can speak and all that kind of stuff. They got their own beef between them in some areas, and now humans, because of that virus that went around years ago, humans have now lost the ability to speak, and the intelligence has gone down. So they're the ones acting like monkeys now. They're going by the river, going like that. Do you know what I mean? They're like, they all look shaggy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's just other way around, basically. But that's probably some people now. So not much, not much changed there. But yeah, so that's the scene. That's how it's set. And we've got
Mm,
Noah. He's got a couple of friends. They basically live in a society where they actually breed hawks or these birds. Is it hawks,
right.
eagles, hawks, I think
Yeah.
it is. And they live with the birds. The birds go out and hunt for them and stuff like that. So it starts off with Noah and his friends trying to find an egg. They've got to climb somewhere high, find an
Mm.
egg, and then they've got to raise that egg from birth. A bit like how it is with the Navi.
Oh, in
Uh, Avatar,
Avatar.
when they sort of sync up with those
Yes.
bird things there, but this
Yeah.
time they got to raise it from an egg. That way, the bird will know them and only
No,
them.
then.
So
Yeah.
that's what they got to try and do, and they try and do that. And something happens. Basically, there's a bit of disruption. This other clan that are hunting a human who's gone. This human girl who you see in the
Yeah.
trailer. She's
Right.
running around doing stuff, and they're
She's
trying to
gone
hunt
AWOL.
her down. Yeah. So this other ape clan come decimate Noah, who's basically Caesar. Decimate his clan. They they kill some people,
Mm.
and it's like they're now enslaved by this new clan.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah, so this new clan basically want to run things. They want the human civilized. They want the human technology from back in the day. They're based
Mm.
near this sort of shipyard where there's a ship or there's some sort of thing. I think it's a ship. There's some sort of like silo or something that they can't get into. They've been
Right.
trying to get into it for years because they're making there's some technology in there that can help them to be even higher up.
Right.
Yeah. So they kidnap all these other apes and try and enslave them to try and get into the
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah.
by pulling a big rope. Heave, heave. That's it. That's the big plan. Every now and then they got more apes. They go heave, heave, heave.
Yeah.
That's the big plan, but it never works. So yeah. So Noah and his people are enslaved, and they're trying to fight back. You got this
Mm.
girl now who you see in the trailer. She actually can speak, and she
Oh,
surprises them. Yeah. So she's not like
she's not like
non.
normal human, like
Yeah, exactly.
of
Yeah,
the time.
exactly. Yeah, she's not like that, and she can speak. And they're like the same way Noah says no. They're like she can speak. So
Yeah.
now they become friends because they're both running from this new sort of baddie ape clan. So they become friends and they try and work together to actually take this technology because she says this technology will help her people. And at
Mm.
first, the new Caesar's like he doesn't trust her because it's like
Yeah.
helping your people is going to mean that you're going to come down on us, kind of thing.
Mm. Mm.
You know what I mean? So, but at the same time, he wants to help her because he wants to help his current people escape this new bad
Yeah.
ape.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I
Yeah.
mean? So there's all these sort of factions going on. This bad ape, by the way, he's what's he called? Proximus Caesar.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh.
So they've got all these because he thinks he's basically Proximus, as in the next.
Next Caesar,
Yeah. So he thinks he wants to be the next Caesar. He wants to, you know,
be
be
the
the
leader
one.
of all the
Yeah,
apes. Yeah.
exactly. So, but in a more like violent way.
Brutal way. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, not exactly. So that's what's going on with this, and they spend most of the time at Proxima Caesar's sort of base, trying to escape and stuff like that. The new human, we find out. Do I spoil it?
Mate, just do it. This is a spoiler.
So yeah, so she actually isn't. She's basically the way she's been going around. She's
Uh,
gone out. She's been sent out actually by her clever human crew
oh, so there's
to
more
find
of
this.
her kind.
To find this technology because this is what they need to then advance themselves because they need to communicate with other people around the world and they
Yeah.
can't because
Yeah.
this piece of technology she's gone out. So she's basically gone out to get this technology and go back to her people
Yeah. Mm.
at the detriment of the apes. And
Right.
the Noah, the new Caesar, he kind of realizes this, but he has to work with her. So
Mm.
then now we get to a point where like they all kind of work together. They beat Proxima Caesar's people and stuff like that. There's lots of fights, there's some good action scenes and good CGI and stuff like that. And she goes off. You see where she goes, where there's more humans, and then they start communicating with other humans, and then you
Oh,
realize there's going to be a sequel, a blatant
massive.
sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So there's
because
going
in
to
the
be
next
like a war, what, another war between them or what? Or
exactly, because even when she leaves, Noah, the new Caesar, it's like a bit of a like He's like,
Like,
so are we friends? She's like, she said, well, you know, this earth was ours. It was ours to start with. It was always ours. And he's
oh,
like, but can ape and human work together? She's like, this earth was ours, kind of thing, you know. She's like, it was ours, and
she
and
doesn't
you
an
took it from
answer.
us, so we just want it back. So there's that, and it's similar to what you see with wars around the world, with land and stuff, and people
Yeah,
say this
man.
land was ours, and you took it, and it's like it's similar, and you can
Political
see
as well.
even this Noah, he thinks like this is bad. He's like, should I have helped you, or should I have gone with Proxima, who was the violent,
Yes.
but then he wanted apes to be thriving. So it's a
Oh,
conundrum. So in that way, the film does ask some good questions. It is a
yeah.
bit deep and it is interesting, but at the same time, I still prefer the first one. It wasn't.
Yeah.
I don't know, there's something about it that was missing.
Mm.
You know,
I
I
gotcha.
think
Yeah.
yeah, but at the same time, they did sow the seeds.
But do you know what? But do we know what this technology is? What is it? Just
All
flipping
it is
radio?
it's a bimming. It looks like a phone. It's
Yeah.
like a phone. It's basically a device that you plug into like a satellite. Because where they're based, there's satellites and they can't communicate because there's little things missing.
Oh.
So she goes all that way. She could have died. Plenty of time she could have died. So she goes all that way for this little device. That she comes
Yeah.
back. They plug it in, and they're like, "Alpha, Alpha, Sierra, Sierra, come in, come in." And then they're like, "Roger, come in, we're here." And then
And
now they
that's
can
it. And then
communicate.
it just,
It's like,
yeah.
okay,
Oh,
all that.
shit. Okay. So,
So
Matt,
yeah.
I mean, this is, I'm pretty sure this is Universal, I think, but I'm pretty sure they're going to, no, actually, no,
No, it's Fox. It's
it's
Fox Disney
Fox, isn't it?
Plus.
So
Yeah, yeah,
Disney,
yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Disney.
they're going to do another
Yeah,
one, right? They're
yeah,
going to
yeah,
have
yeah.
to, man.
Yeah,
They can't
they
just
have
leave
to.
people hanging like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. They have to. So we'll get another one in a couple of
So this is
years.
going to be another kind of like
Trilogy.
another
Yeah.
trilogy going on, man.
As long as
Shit,
it makes
wow.
money, they'll bring it out. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I mean, at the moment, this is what the buzz is at the moment. Like, Planet of the Apes. Well, in down under anyway, it's Planet of the Apes and Furiosa. So it's these
Mm,
two big
mm,
movies
mm,
that
mm,
are kind of releasing at a similar time,
mm.
and they're
Yeah.
kind of going head to head.
Mm,
So yeah, I mean, I'll still give it a go, but I'm gonna definitely watch Furiosa because that's
mm.
obviously one of those things. So you're saying, okay, not as good as the first one, but it just continues. It's a continuation of the
Yeah.
story.
Yeah. Yeah. It's flat.
Yeah.
It's like a 6 maybe for me. It was
All
middle of
right.
the road, but interesting in parts. But yeah, worth a watch still. Or you
Still,
can
all
wait
right.
for Disney Plus if you really don't want to go cinema for it. You're not going to miss too much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gotcha. I hear that one. All right. Okay, folks. So that is a conclusion to our main movie reviews, but we've got a little something extra for you on this 6-year anniversary episode. Deval is going to be bringing us a hidden gem. Now, we've spoken about this film a lot on the show. We kind of watched the trailer and we were intrigued. And this is on our hidden gem section. So that means when it's on our hidden gem section, it means it's a movie that you should definitely go out and watch
Mm.
because it's a hidden gem. And, if you can find it, track it down, watch it, because we reckon you'll have a great time watching it. So this is, so just remind us again what this movie is called, Deval.
This is called. Where am I? I forgot the title again. Blood
I
Lies.
swear I keep missing
It's
the,
not called Blood Lies Bleed, is it? It's called something.
yeah, it's Love Lies Bleeding.
Love Lies Bleed.
Yeah, let me update that. But go on, while I update you,
Love
fill
Lies
us in.
Bleed.
Love Lies
Yeah,
Bleeding.
this Love Lies Bleeding. Yeah, so this is a very interesting film.
Mm,
It's different. This stars Kristen Stewart, who some people know her from Twilight. I never
yeah,
watched Twilight,
yeah,
so I don't know. This
yeah,
is an A24 film. That's why I went to watch it. A24 do some
exactly.
really, really good underground films.
Mm.
This is directed by Rose Glass, I should say. Rose Glass. What she directed before? Saint Maud.
Oh, and
Saint Maud. Saint
we
Maud
watched we
is a
watched it. It's great.
good horror
Good
film.
horror film.
One of the best underrated horror films.
Mm,
A24 as well. That is so underrated.
mm.
And I can kind of see where this film kind of leans into that. With some of
Yeah,
the dark, some of the subtle tones, some of the quiet moments. It's good. So Rose Glass, she's good. Anything else she can do is good.
yeah.
This film, by the way, I wouldn't say it's great, but it's good. It's a solid film that
Mm,
looks at basically Kristen Stewart, who is This is based in America. She works
Mm.
in a gym, in a really sort of decrepit outback kind of area.
Yeah.
Uh, kind of. I think is it was it based in the 80s? I don't know
It
when it's
did.
based.
When I watched
It
when I
looks
watched
like
the
the
trailer,
80s.
it kind of gave with the clothes that they were wearing. It just
Yeah,
felt like as if it was
it
eighties.
looks
But
like the 80s or at
oh,
least early 90s. But yeah, so they've got mullets and stuff like that.
jeez.
But
Yeah.
yeah, she works in a gym, really old school sort of area. Her dad is, she doesn't talk to him, but it's
Mm.
Ed Harris.
Yeah.
I think he
Great actor.
he owns a gun range.
Mm.
You got Dave Franco's in this. That's her sort of step brother. So he's married
Right.
to her sister, he's an abusive husband.
Mm.
You got Katy O'Brien, who is in this film. She is very like she's like a she was in the Mandalorian, by the way.
She
I think
was,
she
wasn't
showed up in the
she?
Mandalorian. Yeah, like a
Yeah.
comms
She's got a
officer.
kind of distinct kind of features.
Yeah, she was also
Yeah.
in Ant-Man and Wasp as well. But yeah, so she is like she's like a drifter almost.
Mm.
She goes from town to town. She does what she does what she has to do to survive, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
One of the first scenes we see her in a car doing something with actual Kristen Stewart's brother-in-law just to make some
Hmm.
money. She got nowhere to sleep,
Right.
but she's actually training to go into a sort of muscle competition. You know,
Mm.
they do all that.
Yeah. Bodybuilding
She's
competition. Yeah.
that's it, muscle. She's a bodybuilder. She's a bodybuilder, and she's very muscular. As you can see, she's into that.
Yeah.
So yeah, she meets Kristen Stewart, who works in the gym. Luckily, they catch eyes and they hit it off. They
Mm.
start kissing, dating, all that kind of stuff, and she
Yeah.
basically moves into Kristen Stewart's house. Um, and you see the relationship blossom and stuff, and it's a very kind of indie kind of scene, very
Mm.
kind of like just rock and roll, just kind of vibe. Kristen Stewart seems like she lives every day like it's her last day. You
Right.
can see she's got some stuff going on in her
Mm.
past. They don't fully go over what it is, but she's had a past.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also one of her main concerns is her sister is abused by this guy by this Franco guy.
James Frank.
Uh,
Dave Franco.
Dave Franco, yeah, and then one time you see bruises on her sister's face. She's married with kids to this guy,
Mm.
and she really hates it. And
Mm.
then one day, Katy O'Brien, Mrs. Muscle, she literally goes in on him and does something she can't take back.
Oh.
Yeah, it's mad,
Yep.
and the way
Okay.
she does it. Oh, because like even while she does it, I don't know if it's in our minds or it actually happens, but it's
Yeah.
almost like she transforms. She's got this thing
Oh.
where when she goes into
Saw
the
the trailer
zone,
and I was like, what?
yeah, when she goes into
Turns
the
into the
zone,
Hulk.
she transforms weirdly, and it's mad. And she
Mm.
deals with Dave Franco. He's dealt with.
He's dealt.
So once that happens, then it's like they're panicking and stuff like that.
Mm.
They actually go to Kristen Stewart's dad to try and help and stuff like that. It gets worse.
Oh
He's
shit.
he's seedy. He's got a past. He's got a really dark past.
Right.
People have disappeared because of his past,
Okay.
and they use him because they know he's gangster like that, and he
Right.
can
Okay.
help disappear people,
People.
and it comes back to sort of bite them. But yeah, this whole film, I mean, this needs to be watched with a bit of a blank canvas. I've kind of gone everywhere with the film because
Yeah. No.
the
But I mean,
film.
it sounds good.
Yeah, just think of it this way: the film's A24. It's very
Mm.
indie. It's very kind of. It's not like madly lit. It's quite dark and
Yeah.
subtle. Makes you want to lean in. These two characters, in love, but it's a
Yeah.
forbidden love. It's a dangerous love. And then they've done something that is just you shouldn't
Yeah.
do, and now they're going to try and survive on that
Yeah.
with the help of someone who's even darker than they
Ah.
are, and it just unravels the relationship. It really, and
Yeah.
there's some scenes in it. The girl, she still wants to do her competition. She
Is
still wants to go and
it?
compete, but she's not comprehending what she's done. That
What?
once she
Right.
does it, once she does what she's done, you're just thinking, shit. Do you realize what you just done?
Yeah.
It's mad. It is mad.
Mad. So
But
you
yeah,
know what? So who's the like whose show is it? Is it Kristen Stewart or is it Katy O'Brien? Like who's the main,
do
the
you know
one
what?
who's kind of leading it?
That's a good question, and maybe your answer will be on the poster. Because on the poster, who do you
Ye-
see?
I see her, Katy O'Brien.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. So Kristen
Mm.
Stewart is the bigger star, but Katie O'Brien, she's the one that is the protagonist or
Mm.
antagonist. She's a bit of both. Yeah,
She's a bit of
she's the
both.
one that changes because she's the one that comes into the town. Everyone
Yeah.
else is there. She comes into the town, and because she comes in, things change. So
Right. Gotcha.
she's a really important character. Uh, but yeah, it's just it's a good film. It's a hidden
Yeah.
gem. People aren't
Yeah.
talking about this. I know Zakroff
No.
saw it a while ago. He likes it. Anything A24 or most things A24 are really good. This is worth watching. If you can't watch it
I'm
in a cinema, watch it when it comes out on demand.
100%. This is definitely on the watch list. Now, listen, look, I mean, look, that's the end of the show. But remember, folks, there's more and more. Listen, we've been at this for
Mm.
6 years. We've come,
Mm.
we've, we've been speaking like, this is 286 episode.
Mm.
So, there's more, like I said before, we've got Furiosa coming up. We've got Strangers chapter 1. We've got Tarot.
Yeah,
These are the movies that we've been watching,
yeah.
and these are the movies that we're going to be reviewing. We're watching so many things. There's the sci-fi show on Apple Plus, Deval, which has just started,
Yeah.
which we've got to kind of like
Edgerton.
get into that.
Yeah, got to
Yeah,
watch that
Edgerton.
one. Yeah. Joke
Yeah, we
with.
need to get into that one as well.
Yeah.
So listen, look, folks, we hope you enjoyed this week's show. Remember, spread the word, let everyone know, let your mum and dad know about it, let your family members know about it.
Mm-hmm.
The Flixters were here doing this since 2016. Is it
Mm.
2016 now?
2018.
Sorry,
Not 10
2018.
years.
Since 2018. So listen, man, thank you so much for doing this with me again. This is brilliant. No matter where we are in the world, we always get a show out.
That's it. That's it. Till